What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Hope you're having a blessed weekend so far if you're watching this. And before I begin this video going over the predictions for All In, alright? Just want to do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers on Rumble. Now at 118 subs. I was just at 116 yesterday. So thank you to 2 people who subbed, man. I appreciate it. I truly do. You have no idea. Alright. But that said, let's get into it. I'll try and make this shit short and sweet. Alright. Now, looking at the card here, which is always subject to change, and you know how these assholes always add fucking matches at the last minute. Alright, they do it every fucking time. So I'm gonna break down the matches that I see here on this list. Alright, starting off with Chris Stacklander. Get it? That's a sexy ass woman right there. She can get it any day of the week. Alright, twice on Sunday. With Stokely Hathaway versus Willow Nightingale, who she's fine herself and a pretty woman, but if I had to choose, I'd go with Stacklander. No offense. Alright, and then Tomohiro Ishii, or Ishii, as Cornette likes to say, oh Jim Corny. Alright, going with Stacklander and Stokely on this one, because they're going to win, set up the stipulation for the match at All Out, then Willow's going to win the match at All Out. Alright, I'm usually on point with these AEW pay-per-views, because they're super fucking predictable. I mean, like, and I hate it. I don't... Like, as much as I love doing predictions, I don't want to be correct. Alright, I want them to be unpredictable. You know, but that's how fucking trash these fucking shows are, for the most part. You know, or just lazy and just fucking complacent this shit is, alright? But you gotta go with Stacklander and Stokely on this one. Alright. The next match I see here is the Patriarchy versus Bioda of the Bang Bang Gang. And House of Black, and I guess... and a mystery team to be announced. So, looking at these tag teams here, Bang Bang Gang ain't winning. Alright, it's not gonna happen. Especially if Jay Caucasian's still being injured. Alright, you got House of Black, they're not winning because they keep doing them dirty. I mean, these guys can never get consistent fucking booking. Alright, so, like, off rip, I would go with the Patriarchy retaining. But this mystery team is interesting. It intrigues me. I've been seeing all these speculations that the Hurt Business might come through at All In. And that would be crazy. Now, if they do, that happens, then yeah, they gotta win. I mean, like, sorry Christian, you know, the best heel currently in AEW. I'm sorry to Nick Wayne, and I'm sorry to Luchasaurus, aka Killswitch. But they gotta win if they're in this match. 100%. Alright? But the only thing is, I don't know who the fuck their third tag team partner would be. Let's just maybe Shelton, but I don't know. I don't see him being signed. And Powerhouse Hobbs is still injured, so that'll be interesting. So you got Lashley and MVP, so I don't know who the third partner would be. So we'll have to see. But if it's not them, then I'm going with the Patriarchy. Alright, moving on. Next match is Chris Jericho, Y2NDA, the Ayatollah of Non-Disclosure, alright, versus Hook for the FTW Championship. You know, if Hook loses, he can never challenge Chris Jericho again. Real simple. I hope Hook wins. He can fucking move on for this fucking feud. And even better, retire this fucking belt. Alright, it's cool for like, you know, like a week, you know, when Taz brought it back. But it's like, this shit's been long overdue. Get rid of this fucking belt. There's too many fucking titles in this company as it is. So that's what I want to see. I want to see Jericho put over Hook, put Youngstown over like he should have fucking months ago. Alright, he wins the fucking FTW title back, and then he fucking retires it. So, like, you have Hook cutting he cuts a shitty ass promo on Dynamite, talking about, yeah, I beat Jericho at All In, and now that my vision is back, I got my eyes set on another title. So I think it's time to retire the FTW belt for good. And there you go. All right, then you go after the fucking TNT title, or the Intercontinental title, or the International title, or the American title, whatever the fuck mid-card title he fucking desires. That's what he needs to do. All right, so that's all I gotta say about this fucking shit, man. Moving on. Next match is Jack Perry versus Darby Allin for the AEW TNT Championship. Alright, and I believe this is a coffin match. Yeah. Darby is gonna go out there, like, die like 2 or 3 times. He's gonna fuck up his back. He's gonna do a coffin drop onto the coffin and miss. Because you can have Jack Perry, right? He's gonna be laid out on the coffin. You got fucking Darby Allin climbing up the top rope. Does the coffin drop. Jack Perry fucking dodges it. And you're gonna see Darby Allin hit the fucking coffin drop on the coffin. That's what's gonna happen. So Jack Perry is gonna retain here, 100%. I don't fucking see him losing to Darby Allin. Like, I really don't give a shit about these two. We got Jungle Jobber, and then you got Darby Allin over here talking shit about Kurt Angle, of all people. So yeah, I don't care. I really don't. Match might be entertaining, to say the least, because you got Darby out here with Jeff Hardy adamantium, because this dude does not get injured in these matches. He gets hurt outside of it. like it reminds me of, like, that's why I say it reminds me of Jeff Hardy, because I remember he fucked up his leg on a dirt bike. Like, he hardly ever gets injured in the ring, right? But the one time he does, it was outside and on a dirt bike. And that's like similar to Darby Allin, right? Like, this dude doesn't get really injured in the ring like that. I know he did fuck up his foot in that match with Jay Caucasian, but this dude gets hit by a fucking bus. Somehow this dude's still wrestling, man. So yeah, this dude is clearly batshit crazy. I see why he was together with Gigi Dolan for a time. 2 birds of the same feather. Alright, but I got Jungle Jobber retaining here. Right, moving on. I see the Casino Gauntlet. And the winner gets the AEW World Championship match. Now, I heard, I don't know who was all in the fucking match. I really don't care. Alright, but I heard this is the match where Ricochet is supposed to appear. And if he does, then he needs to win. Alright, like, Tony Khan needs to do what Triple H fails to do, despite Ricochet being one of his boys down in NXT Black and Gold. He can easily be a world champion in this company. And me personally, I would love to see him bring back the Prince Puma gimmick just one more time, because I was a fan of Prince Puma and has run down at Lucha Underground. That was some of the best work Ricochet ever fucking did, in my opinion. But I doubt it. So hopefully, if he's in this match, then he needs to win. Next match is the Young Bucks versus FTR versus the Acclaimed for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Now, me, I don't give a shit about any of these tag teams. I really don't, man. But if I had to choose, I see the Young Bucks retaining here. I don't want to see FTR with the belts again, and I don't want to see the Acclaimed with the belts again. You know, give another tag team a fucking chance. Like I said, that's why I made that video for the Outrunners. Like, I want to see another tag team fucking step up. Alright? Like, fucking, or a Private Party. You know, another tag team, man. Hell, even Top Flight, for fuck's sake, man. I don't want to see any of these fucking tag teams with the belt, to be honest. But, yeah, I gotta go with the Young Bucks here to retain. Next match is Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May for the AEW Women's World Championship. Now, I gotta go with the glamour. Mariah May winning here. Alright, that is the correct payoff for this match, for this feud. And she went through all this trouble to finally get to this moment right here. Just to lose, I could tell you right the fuck now, there's gonna be a good, the sad, and the ugly as fuck review for this show. 100%. Alright, like, that's bullshit. Like, look, Timeless Toni Storm, like, great champion, and you know, it's clear that Tony Khan put a lot of emphasis, attention, and care for her title reign. Alright, as you should. All right, this is some of the best work Toni Storm has ever done in her career. All right, but now that reign needs to come to an end. All right, you put over Mariah May, she becomes the new AEW Women's World Champion, and you have Toni Storm try to chase her, fails, and then she moves on to something else, and then you build up another baby face to try to take down Mariah May. I also heard speculations that Jamie Hayter might return at All In. And I'll say this right now. All right. Now look, if Mariah May loses and Jamie Hayter returns, then there won't be a rant. Okay? I'm sorry, because Jamie Hayter is my favorite women's wrestler today. All right? So yeah, I'm biased as fuck when it comes to Jamie Hayter. I'm not gonna lie. All right? But if Mariah May loses and there's no Jamie Hayter, then yeah, there will be a rant. Alright, there will be the good, the sad, and the ugliest fuck review for the show. 100%. Alright? And then you have Mariah May versus Jamie Hayter. Alright, if she comes back. It'll be a short ass title reign for Mariah May. But hey, at least you won. I mean, like, there's no shame in losing to the best AEW has to offer. And that's Jamie Hayter. Alright? Haters gonna hate. Alright? But yeah, we shall see, man. Hopefully Mariah May gets the job done. Alright? That's the only outcome that needs to happen. Alright? But moving on, we have MJF, Mr. Maximus Jacob Friedman, going up against Mr. Bruv, Will Ospreay, for the AEW American Championship. Now, originally I had MJF retaining here, because I'm like, this all started because he took out Daniel Garcia, and people forget that. I'm like, okay, yeah, if MJF somehow retain against Will in some sneaky fucking manner or fashion, right? Some cheap heel shit. And then Daniel Garcia comes back, gets a huge pop, and then he's the one that takes down fucking MJF. But the way that they've been fucking telling the story, like you got MJF jealous of Will Ospreay, you know, Ospreay in his home country, you know, and imagine the pop that he gets when he hits the Tiger Driver and fucking wins the American Championship. It's gonna be nuts. Wait, fucking one of the biggest pops of the year, 100%. And honestly, I don't blame MJF for being jealous of Will Ospreay. Honestly, because you got motherfuckers like Dave Meltzer that fucking glaze the shit out of this dude. I mean, like, is he a great wrestler? Yes, 100%. But like, this dude's acting like he's fucking like God's gift to wrestling. You know what I mean? Like 7-star matches, 8-star matches, 10-star matches. And I'm like, look, the main criticism I've always had towards Will Ospreay is just the no selling and lack of psychology in his matches. All right, because he be doing his shit, right? Just going through the motions, doing, you know, going through spot for spot, that type of shit, right? You know, he gets hit with like a Poison Rana or a fucking Death Rider DDT, bounces up like nothing fucking happened, completely no sells a fucking move, and it hits a hidden blade. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I mean, like, how do you no sell getting dropped in your head? All right, like, no selling is fine, but it depends on the fucking wrestler. All right, like if you're like someone like Vader, you know what I mean, like, or Brock Lesnar, no selling shit, that's different. Like, that's completely fine. All right, a guy like Will Ospreay should not be no selling anything. All right, and I do mean any type of offense. All right, yeah, that's one of my main criticisms. But you know, people shit on his promos, like saying like, "Oh, I can't understand him. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about." It's like, it's like that. I always bring up The Boys because it's one of my favorite shows, you know, so far today. Even though season 4 was like on some bullshit, you know, with the obvious agenda that they're trying to push. But I digress. It reminds me of the scene from The Deep where he finally meets Billy Butcher for the first time, right? And Butcher was talking to him in Black Noir, and the Deep was like, he's like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, I don't even know what you're saying right now. Your accent is insane. I laughed my ass off when he said that shit because it's true. Like, at the time, I don't know what the fuck Billy Butcher is saying, man. You can apply that to Will Ospreay. Even though Billy Butcher is supposed to be Australian. You got Will Ospreay, who is British. And there are similarities because I met people from both countries, right? And there are similarities in their dialect and their accents, But yeah, I don't have a problem. I'm a man of culture, so I understand what Will Ospreay is saying most of the time during his promos. But yeah, I have Will Ospreay winning here. Changes the American Championship back to like the International Championship, or the fuck it was called. And you might have Daniel Garcia come back and turn heel, because people legit forgot that Daniel Garcia was even involved in this feud, man. Like, fucking MJF fucking packed his ass up and killed the man. Got his ass up out of here. So, what I think might happen is MJF wins, you have Daniel Garcia return, and he's the one that inevitably takes down MJF. But what's probably going to happen is you got Ospreay hitting the Tiger Driver on MJF. He wins in his home country, gets the hometown pop, and becomes the new AEW American Champion. That's probably what's going to happen, so I'm going with Will Ospreay on this one. Alright, moving on. We got Mercedes Moné, the CEO, versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Like, fuck, I don't give a fuck about this match for the fucking AEW TBS Championship. Alright, real quick, Mercedes Moné gets the win via interference from Camille, and Britt Baker ain't winning. It's not gonna happen. Alright, especially the way that she's been like coming across during this feud. It's like, yeah, you're gonna win, bitch, but I'm still better than you. Like that kind of shit. Like, when Britt Baker is gonna go over, because she has that certain arrogance that she displays, like acting like, yo, I'm superior, better than all the other women here in the AEW women's division, which is not true. I mean, like, not even close. But yeah, Moné gets to win. They might run it back at All Out in another lame ass match. I don't care. I really don't. And last but not least is the main event at All In. You got Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, one of the best wrestlers in the past decade. Easily. Decade plus. He is a generational talent. Like, that is 100% facts. Right? Like, he is one of the best in the world. And he's challenging whose house? Swerve's house. Mr. Swerve Strickland, the current AEW World Champion. Alright, in a career versus title match. Alright. Now, I can see this ending in two ways. Alright. You have Swerve retaining here. He ends the career of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, which looks good on his record. Alright, he retired one of the greatest to ever do it. One of the greatest technical wrestlers ever. Alright. And that's good for him. That's a good accomplishment for his title reign. He definitely could use it, not gonna lie. Alright. Or we have Bryan Danielson pulling the biggest swerve, pun intended, of the year by not retiring, and he's the one that kicks in. He kicks Swerve's fucking head in, becomes the new AEW World Champion. Because I don't see this dude retiring. There's a saying that wrestlers never retire, especially a guy like Bryan Danielson. Nah, I don't see it. I think all this shit with fucking Green Day playing, acting like this dude has stage 4 terminal cancer. I mean, like I think it's all just a ruse. Alright, I think that they're gonna put the title on Bryan Danielson. Alright, that's why honestly, I don't want to see the man retire. I don't, not like this, because his last match needs to be against Nigel McGuinness. That's what I want to see, and I think that's what's going to happen. Because I'm looking at I was watching Dynamite this week, and I seen Nigel in the ring. I'm like, this dude's looking jacked. I mean, Nigel looking like he's ready for that match, honestly, and I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think he's going to win the AEW World Championship match, but I know he wants that fucking match. So hopefully he can wrestle, or he's eligible to wrestle, and we get that match. But if he retires here, that's where it beats him, ain't gonna happen. So I gotta go with Bryan Danielson here. I think he's gonna but fool everybody, and we're gonna have a new AEW World Champion. And as far as Swerve being champion, he never really felt like he was the guy. Like, he was legit the face of the company. That's always been like you could tell they put more care and attention to guys like MJF or Will Ospreay than they did for Swerve Strickland. That's just, it's all about presentation. All right, like, again, I'm never gonna forget how, like, he won the title, right, and you had Jericho and Willow get their title celebrations on Dynamite, but your world champion, he gets his fucking celebration on Collision on the B-Tier show, the show that people don't really give a fuck about. All right, so that right there buried his fucking his title reign. That already sent the signal that, yeah, like, he's our token champion, but you know, we're not gonna go all in with this dude. Even though he's been like the fighting champion, he's got, you know, the sad thing is he's got more title defenses than old Cody Monet over there that wants to be this fighting champion, man of the people. When you got the man of the people right here in Swerve Strickland, he's the one going out there wrestling on the regular, you know, having title defenses here and there. I'm just saying. But like, it's just, even him doing that, it still felt like there's still something off with his run. And I know he's done this shit before, but I've really noticed this since he's been champion. And I'm like, why the fuck is he wearing eyeshadow? like, nigga, like, come on, man. What the fuck are you doing? Like, you don't need that goofy shit, man. Stop it. Alright? Not good. And in all honesty, his chase for the title was better than his reign. I gotta keep it 100. I'm sorry. And the main reason I wanted him to win, because I was pissed off of all the black talent that kept getting looked over and get passed up on. Like, the first black champion or African American champion in AEW should have been Scorpio Sky. Alright? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Alright? He should have beat Chris Jericho. He could have been like the ultimate transitional champion. Have it with like a cup of coffee, you know, have it like for a few hours, and then he gives it back to Jericho. You know, what's the issue in that, huh? But nah, they couldn't do that. Even though I remember he was getting pops, Scorpio Sky was, and after he lost, never got that type of momentum ever again. Been buried ever since. All right, and me personally, the first black African or African American champion in that company should have been Powerhouse Hobbs, of all fucking people, and they failed tremendously with that man, him and Wardlow. And it's like, only con man. Like, how do you fuck up both Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlow, of all people, in that fucking company? Crazy, like, fucking crazy. And then you got Ricky Starks. When I remember some dumbass was like, "Oh, Ricky was never over." I'm like, the fuck? Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, do you not remember the pops he was getting? Like, when he's cutting those good ass promos back then? Like, when he was like was he like the TNT champion or some shit like that? Yeah, I remember he had that face off with MJF, and he cooked him. Like, he roasted MJF on the mic. He won that shit. You know, and the crowd was behind him, but they didn't pull the trigger for whatever fucking reason. All right, so yeah, he's another one that they passed up on, and he's as good as gone. Ricky Starks says, like, I don't see him being there much longer, especially with his boy, his butt buddy, Cody Monet, Cody Banks, and in WWE. His ass is as good as gone. All right, I'll be highly surprised if he re-signs with AEW, or if his contract is up. I don't fucking know. And that leaves Swerve Strickland for last. All right, and the rest is history. All right, you know, he got the job done. Samoa Joe put him over. Big ups to Samoa Joe, and he's the current AEW World Champion, the first black or African American World Champion in AEW. Took him long enough. You know what I mean? About fucking time, right? Like I said before, earlier. Him beating Danielson, that's a huge deal for his title reign. Like, that will help legitimize his fucking title reign, 100%. But for me, I think they're gonna go with the swerve, pun intended, and have Bryan Danielson win. So I had to go with Danielson here, winning the AEW World Championship at All In the main event. And one last thing I want to mention is I'm interested to see the attendance for All In. I don't think they're going to do as much business as they did last year for All In, which is crazy because the card this year is way better than the card for last year's All In. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. All right, and even so, like even if they get 50,000 people or 45,000 people, however many, that's still extremely impressive for a company like AEW to do that, who have been on a downward trajectory since 2019. I don't want AEW to go out of business. I really don't. Right? I don't want those men and women that rely on AEW to take care and provide for their families to be unemployed. You know what I mean? So hopefully they do good business here, and I'm rooting for them. I really am. I might talk shit about Funkman and a lot of the dumbass, nonsensical, lackadaisical booking he does for his company and product, but at the end of the day, I'm still a fan of AEW, and I simply want them to do better because I know they can. Alright, I believe in them. It's just, they gotta stop with the bullshit. Stop with the goofy shit, man. Get your shit together. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this shit. So now I want to hear from you guys. How do you guys feel about All In? Alright, and if you want to drop your predictions, leave that shit in the comment section. Alright, I've yet to see anyone, I mean anyone, list their predictions in the comment section. Alright, so if you like doing predictions, then drop that shit in the comment section. I want to see what you guys think. Alright, love it, hate it, comment, subscribe to the channel, it's all the same to me. I just want to see the engagement and the feedback from you guys. As I always say in every video I do, I want to see the likes, I want to see the comments from you guys, the people who go out their way to watch my videos, which I do thank you. I want to know what you guys think, alright, about whatever topic it is. I want to know what you guys think about All In, alright, for the AEW fans that are sub to me. So next video, I'm not sure. I might do an indie review. I might not. I don't know. I'll have to see. I don't know what video. If I'm doing a video tomorrow, if not, I might just do the All In review. So, but yeah, I wasted enough of you guys' time. So, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, and trust in God. I'm out this bitch. Till next time, adios.